Right. So we know here Krishna is explaining to Arjuna. Now somebody has asked me this question today. Why is it that Krishna ordered Arjuna to do violence, to kill his own relatives? In fact, you all know that Gandhi wanted to prove his non-violence theory through Bhagavad Gita. Certain things he did was right, but certain things very wrong. Everybody took this opportunity. They were put in the jail by the government for a long time, 10 years, 12 years. And what to do in the jail? They sat down and they are writing commentary on Gita. And trying to justify. In fact, there was one more commentary written by Tilak. And Prabhupada invited to some conference somewhere to the discussion of Tilak's Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada openly spoke. Tilak never understood what is Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, even Gandhi. In administration, there is nothing like non-violence. Non-violence does not exist in administration. Correct? Suppose somebody like Kasab has come to the city and he is doing nuisance. Government, administration, kill him. That's all. Nothing like that. No. He is shooting once, here also you shoot once. This is what Gandhi taught. This is foolishness. Non-violence is for brahmanas, saints. They don't take a weapon. Even common man, we don't take a weapon. Suppose we don't take law into the hand, that's it. Recently, somewhere army recruitment was there. Something. I think in somewhere in North India, Northwest, either Rajasthan or Gujarat. It came in the news. 10,000 people came. How many they can select? They announced the result there only. That the 300 have been selected and most of the people are not selected. That is around 10,000. Those people, now what they did? They are frustrated and now they have done 10,000 of them. They just spent on rampage. They burned the buses. When the police came, they burned their jeep because they had 10,000 number. Everything is out of control. Now when somebody become crazy like that, there should be strict punishment. You can non-violence, no non-violence. Administration can, in fact, India is today in a lot of problem because of this non-violence into the system. Anybody disturbs, he should be punished immediately. That is the Kshatriya's business. So when Arjuna is asking Krishna, what should I do? I don't want to fight this war. Krishna said, no, you have to kill. He was saying, Krishna, we can forgive this Kauravas. And Krishna says, no, kill. So somebody may say, yeah, what is all this? What kind of religion is this? Number one, Arjuna proposed non-violence because Arjuna said, I don't want the kingdom. He was a gentleman. He did not find anything special in himself. But Krishna wanted the Pandavas to rule. Pandavas, he liked them. Krishna was knew they can give a Vaikuntha rule to the world. Krishna knew that. That's what happened actually. After the war, Yudhishthira Maharaj created Vaikuntha on earth. And all the people who died on the battlefield, what happened to them? They were killed on Krishna's order. As good as Krishna killing them. Because Arjuna arrows, they died. It is order of Krishna. He is throwing arrows. It is as good as Krishna personally killing them. So Arjuna was lamenting, what if these people in the Kaurava side die? But because it died, or all the people in the battlefield died, finally Krishna decided, yes, this war should happen. Yes, blessed by them. Another point is that they are dying. And at that moment they are seeing Krishna. Because Arjuna's chariot was the center of the whole battlefield. It was the And Krishna is there standing in front. So beautiful. They are all seeing Krishna while they are dying. In fact, everybody on Kaurava's side started having second thoughts. As far as my reading of Mahabharata goes, Duryodhana himself started clarifying from Bhishma, is he the Supreme Lord himself? Even he started having doubts. So everybody actually, because Arjuna was doing unimaginable activities from that chariot. All the important people, the whole war was won because of Arjuna. Yeah? And all the people every day look at Arjuna's chariot. Because this is a chariot which is at the moment, which is, getting everybody's attention. And in the chariot, in the front, they see beautiful Krishna, Supreme Lord there. So it is said, if you think about Krishna while you die, you are benefited. But thinking, Krishna is personally there. If they are able to see Krishna before that, this is a very important point. So all the people who died, they got liberation. They went to the Vaikuntha. Okay? And all the people who lived in this world, Yudhishthira Maharaj made Vaikuntha for them on earth. So sometimes we make a lot of calculation, whether they should be done, we should not be done. No. We should rather understand this point actually, that if Krishna has said something, proceed. There is no loss. So then you may say that in this world, so many people are also doing some called a jihad. Where is the sanction of the Lord, sir? There is no sanction of the Lord. Every rule has an exemption. But you cannot make exemption into a rule. In sometimes situation is there, true, we should not kill people, but if suppose somebody has become miscreant, he has to be killed. Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada explains at the beginning, there is something called Atatayana. And if you kill an Atatayana, there is no offense. Who is an Atatayana? There are 6 kinds of Atatayanas. Somebody attacks with weapons. Now in the self-defense, if you kill him, there is nothing wrong. You should kill him actually. Somebody takes a knife and attacks you, you should kill him. And there is no sin in them. Somebody comes to burn your house, kill him. Somebody comes to kidnap your wife, kill him. And in these situations, there is no sin if you do that. It is he who crossed the boundary. And then it deserves punishment. There is nothing non-violence at that moment. But it is true, everybody does not take weapon in the hand. So general mass of public, particularly saintly people, just like we know the example of Vishwamitra, he came to Maharaj, whom came Dasharatha, and he said, I want Ram Lakshmana to come, some demons. Actually, Vishwamitra is a very powerful sage, he could have personally killed him. But as a saint, he doesn't like to take weapon. They don't like to receive weapon. That is for saints. And Gandhi, what did it, with all due respect, mixed it up. And made a khichdi out of it. In fact, many people who are the historians, they have studied, the Britishers never left India because of Gandhi. They left because of PLA. What are they called? INA, Indian National Army? INA, which was launched by Subhash Chandra Bose. When army men, actually India was ruling. In India there are certain people who are naturally Kshatriyas. Because it has been a country governed like that. From Punjab, they are, by nature, every family, one person still is an army. They're like that. They want to fight. You go to East India, there's Manipur, they also have Kshatriya spirit. Nepal, they also have Kshatriya spirit. Gorkhas. Even now British is maintaining their army. They have the Kshatriya. They want to fight. When America was fighting with Vietnam and they were forcefully making people join army, they were protesting. Because nature is not there. Nature should be there. They want to fight. So similarly, if somebody is by nature into the army and he sees injustice is happening, somebody has come to the city with a gun and is shooting innocent people, he will not sleep before killing him. He cannot tolerate this kind of injustice. That is for Kshatriyas. Their blood boils. Kshatriya. Kshatriya means somebody is giving harm, you have to protect people from that harm. So this is the nature, training, feelings of a Kshatriya. So this is where we can understand that actually Krishna ordered Arjuna, do the duty of a Kshatriya. Duryodhana has done some nuisance, kill him. Arjuna was saying, Krishna, can you forgive? Kill him. Krishna wanted him to be removed. In fact, Krishna showed to the world, this person doesn't deserve the rule. He personally went and asked him for a peace, where 5 villages he asked for the Pandavas, and Duryodhana refused. Okay? So Krishna proved actually this man. And there are higher reasons also actually. You know, Krishna's whole descent was to remove all the demons from the Paritranaya Sadhuna Vinashaya Dushkara. Krishna has come to kill all that. And then personally he killed so many big demons. We know from the birth itself, Bakasura, Aghasura, so many Krishna killed. And now, at this moment, Krishna collected them all together. Wholesale, one moment, everybody is cleaned. And also the point is, you know, that's a nature. When any crazy person gets a lot of money, he likes to dominate other people. When a crazy person becomes very powerful, you know, so many businesses, when they become rich, they try to get monopoly. They have to crush all competition. It's a nature. They try to monopolize. Similarly, when a crazy person becomes powerful, he tries to harass. We see what the Europe did when they became a little powerful, some industrial revolution. They went around looting the whole world. Because they had little power, they had guns. Nobody had guns. And then for their industry, they wanted market. They started colonizing the whole world. Africa was colonized, India was colonized, for not any benefit. It's to exploit. That's the nature. So now these are called Atatahinas, and there is nothing non-violence to kill them. An Atatahina should be punished. In this respect we should understand. And at the end, finally we should understand that Yudhishthira Maharaj, the finally purpose of creation is Vaikuntha. Whole world should be like a training place so that everybody can go back to Vaikuntha. Now Arjuna and all the Pandavas when they fought, they are going to create Vaikuntha. And Duryodhana the party for Vaikuntha. They were not inclined to follow any principles. So yada yada dharmasya glani, because they were doing dharma glani, action has to happen. So we should also be very conscious actually. We cannot take anything for granted. Every situation, everything, Krishna is watching. And whatever responsibility we have taken, if we do not fulfill that, then Krishna will act. Something will happen. Okay? So we should be very, very careful that whatever situation we are in this world, whatever responsibility we have taken. You know, somebody, I told you that joke, no? Somebody told Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what do we do about, I become the temple president. So what does it mean a temple president to you? Prabhupada said, any problem you are responsible. The same way, we may take some responsibility, but if dharma glani is happening, immediately action will happen, will be punished. So in this way, we should be very careful, and here comes the topic about sannyāsa. And the topic is that the whole discussion, in fact there are some 12 shlokas talking about sannyāsa and the different principles, and the essence we have already tried to catch yesterday. The essence is this, that if any activity is there which is for the pleasure of the Lord, that we should not renounce. If any activity is there, because this is against pure devotional service. What is that? Jnana karmadi anavritam. Pure devotional service should be free from two things: fruitive activity and mental speculation. Now, sannyasa means we are becoming free from these two tendencies. We are trying to, for truth, we want to achieve the truth, absolute truth. For that we are renouncing. So this nishkama karma, sarva karma phala tyāga, the shloka is saying sarva karma phala tyāga. We are trying to renounce all the fruit of activities. This is actually sannyas. We don't want any fruit of any activity. There was once one devotee, and I told this previously, parents had come. So Prabhupada was tried preaching to the parents. Prabhupada used to preach very nicely to the parents. In fact, parents used to be generally upset when they joined the movement. Even in America, attachment is less compared to India, but attachment is there. Finally, mother, father will feel. They used to come and meet Prabhupada. Prabhupada, what is all this? My son and child. And Prabhupada used to deal them with so much affection. They used to go back, becoming members of the movement in the sense of donors to the movement. Prabhupada used to take very good care of the parents. In fact, devotee was telling, one devotee told Prabhupada to introduce his parents and come to meet Prabhupada. And Prabhupada, but my parents don't chant. Prabhupada said, so unless the seed is good, we cannot have a good fruit. Unless seed is good, you cannot have a good plant or a fruit. So if your parents are not good, it is not possible for you to become a nice devotee. So you have to be grateful to them. In fact, in one marriage ceremony, parents had come, some devotee. So everybody is gathered. And Prabhupada told the devotee, go pay obeisance to the parents. And parents are amazed. So they don't have this culture. In India, people pay respect to the parents. In the West, that doesn't exist. They treat like friends. So Prabhupada, they were amazed by the qualities of the Vedic culture, and they thought, this is so beautiful. In fact, when we were children, we remember you go for a marriage or something, parents say, sabke pair chho, when you have to go in a line, all the elders, you have to pay respect. And nobody wants to, they want to run away. But it was a practice, and it was actually very good culture. People knew how to live together. Hundreds of people could live together because culture was there. Today, even sister and brother, when they grow up, they don't like to live together. They fight if they live together. The family is immediately separate. They have no training to live. So many benefits are there in living together with love. Heart is not there. It's not a place. It's not there in the house. Place is not there. Correct? You see any sister and brother, it is so attached to each other. Correct? Make them get 25, 30. They don't want to live together. They fight. So many instances here they fight. Because their training is not there. So anyways, the Pandavas, Kauravas, it's not that they cannot live together, but Kauravas were too much injustice. And they had, the worst thing they did was they tried to disrobe Draupadi in public. This was too much. Draupadi was a great devotee, and she was put into so much humiliating condition. And then they tried to kill Bhima once, tried to kill all the Pandavas with Kunti together, and they tried to put the house on fire. So many times. These are real Atatayana, crooks. And Britishers also were crooks actually. The looting of property, so the country doesn't belong to them. They don't come for any welfare. And then, in fact, that's another question yesterday I was telling, their rule was better than the jokers of today. We are detached. We want India's culture is also Deva Kutumbukam, whole earth is my home. Somebody can give good administration, doesn't matter who is it. But it is true, the kind of politician we have today, my God. And India was better off compared to that with the Britishers. All 1,000 people looting together. It's a crazy situation we have. No law and order, no justice. You go to court, you wait for justice for 100 years. After then the decision comes, the decision becomes irrelevant. Bhopal, the decision has come after 25 years. Most of the people have died. What is the meaning of that? Nothing is there. Anyway, Kshatriya cannot tolerate all this. This is for the Kshatriya. So when Krishna is asking Arjuna to fight, actually it is for the benefit. So when Arjuna is saying, I will not fight, it is foolishness. This kind of sannyāsa is not recommended. Prabhupada said, today morning we are hearing Prabhupada was laughing and telling, sit down is not there. You never see gopis sitting down meditating on Krishna. Krishna didn't tell Arjuna, Arjuna, you sit down, I'll take care. No. And neither Krishna is sitting down. In the Vaikuntha word, it is not that Krishna is sitting down and then smoking. No. Prabhupada, you have seen picture of Krishna smoking anytime? Krishna is dancing, not sitting down. Spiritual world full of activities. Activity should never be stopped. Even when we sleep, activity is there. Mind is still active. Soul cannot rest. Soul cannot rest for 1 second. It is ever active, ever fresh. It's only body, mind cannot cooperate whole day. Otherwise, soul wants to be. So Prabhupada gives a nice analogy. He says, suppose somebody is in hospital. Okay. His body condition is very bad. Loose motions are coming. He's so sick. So tell him there is a healthy stage where he can run, he can eat nicely, again eating. He cannot understand. Correct? Because actually eating is so painful for him. Just like I have also got some blisters in the mouth. Now I cannot eat anything solid for a few days. I have to eat only fruits. That are also soft fruits. Okay, done. Now, if I am going through painful experience of eating, and if you tell me when you are healthy, you can eat very nice. Eating, eating means it pains very nice. Correct? The same way people who have some loose motion, eating means then they have so many difficulty, and then again they have to run to the toilet 10 times. So he cannot imagine there is a healthy eating also. So similarly, most of the people have an experience of violence in this world which is bad. They don't know. There is healthy violence also, which is for good. They don't know. So also we think that when we come to spiritual salvation, there will be no activity. What is this madness? Many times we go to funeral of somebody, they pray, let his soul rest in peace. Now this, don't borrow it from other religions. They always speak there. Why we are speaking there? We should not speak there. We do Shraddha. What is the meaning of Shraddha? He is somewhere else. Let him be benefited, not rest. There is no rest for the soul. Soul cannot take rest for 1 second even in dreams. Soul is jumping all day. Soul wants to jump. Even we are old, soul wants to run around. It's fresh, always fresh. Atma is always fresh, eternally. So there is no question of Atma becoming tired. It is always fresh and it is always energetic. It doesn't need food for energy. It is by nature like the Lord. Like the Lord, not quantity, in quality. It is like the Lord. So there can be no rest for the soul. So similarly, every individual has to act. Even if it does not act, that is also karma. Suppose Arjuna would not have fought the war and would have withdrawn from the war, Kauravas would have laughed. He is a coward. Dar gaya. Karna and Duryodhana would have said, "Ye to dar gaya, darpok, bhag gaya idhar se." And it would have been an embarrassment for Arjuna. In fact, Krishna says in the beginning, it will be such an embarrassment they would have committed suicide. Better die here than die by suicide somewhere else. Okay. So in this way, many angles we can understand. Actually, there was no other way for Pandavas. They have to fight. Prabhupada says there is nothing to renounce in this world. Only thing to renounce in this world is a doggish mentality that I am the enjoyer. This we have to renounce. There is nothing else to renounce in this world. Okay. So similarly, everything should be undertaken very intelligently for Krishna's satisfaction. There is nothing to renounce in this world. So Arjuna had to say, in fact, even Hanuman, we know, is so popular. Every state in India, every city in India, everywhere he is worshipped. Okay? He is given so much honor. Why? He fought for the Lord. Not that he said non-violence. What non-violence? What? Similarly, we know Arjuna also fought for the Lord. And he pleased the Lord by killing. So we should not do over calculation. When Krishna wants something, do it. But in Kali Yuga, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not asked for that. In fact, there was an instance when Lord Chaitanya was very angry and he wanted to kill Jagai and Madai, who had thrown a stone on the head of Nityananda. So at that time, Nityananda requested Lord Chaitanya, not in this incarnation. Bhagavad Gita says, Yada yada dharmasya paritranaya shavadana vinashaya dushkita. So Lord Chaitanya, in this avatar, is Krishna himself, does not kill individuals. Rather, he kills the demon inside them. Correct? We have the demonic tendency. That is also equivalent to killing a demon. Kali Yuga, if you want to kill, you have to kill everybody. So there is a concession. That will happen at the end of Kali Yuga. Kalki will come. That time concession is withdrawn. So there are some people who say, now we should kill like Kalki. You are mad about it. Now it's the Lord Chaitanya's moment. You try to kill, you will also be killed. All the time you have to be strong also, no? So you will also be killed if you try to kill. One part. Second part, Prabhupada said there are already so much people in Kali Yuga suffering. They are already killed. So therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave compassion to Kali Yuga. And he has given the process of Harinama Sankirtan. If anybody adopts to this process, the demonic tendency within him is killed. Okay, so in this way we can understand. So we cannot justify taking violence today or anything. Okay, but as such, general principle, Kshatriya should not be. Sometimes if it is needed, Kshatriya should not hesitate to take weapons and do what is to be done. Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki.